Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Althea, your magical minister. You know, that's who I am today. I've been magical minister for a little bit, and I've evolved since the onset of becoming the magical minister. So I might be considering a little tweaking of my title, maybe. You know, we'll see. Anyhow, hey, when we're done or somewhere along the way, please like this video just because I asked, right? Because you watched, and it's important to get some attention to my content and our discussion, because you're also going to comment, right? You're going to like, and then you're going to comment so that when people come to the page, they'll see our conversations increasing, and you know, the input of the audience and myself. And then if you would be so kind as to subscribe, because then you would, you know, get notified. If you hit that little bell button and get notifications, you get notified when I'm popping off. And if for nothing else, you would want to know when I'm popping off, right? Yes, of course. Okay. It has been a little bit since I've actually sat down and had some conversation. You know, I've done a lot of on the go content of lately, and the topics of discussion and the things that are coming up in my spirit personally warrant a little bit more attention than a casual drive-by conversation, because that's what it has been. You know, some drive-bys. I've been in the car, mobile, moving around a lot. But in between, I've been dealing with us, the tribe. You know, my eyes, pardon me, I have probably had 2 hours sleep before midnight and one after. So anyhow, yeah, in between my busyness, I've been doing my thing, you know, connecting with the soul tribe, chosen ones, and it's been interesting. So that, I would say, is the most pressing content conversation that I want to bring to us. This chosen one phenomenon of having to work in your sphere of influence amongst your tribe, amongst those that you're called to, because you're chosen not unto yourself necessarily. I mean, we all have our own personal destinies and outcomes that we contracted to before we came here. But, you know, ultimately the reason we came here was to integrate with this thing called humanity and others that we call friends and family and our soul tribe. In this time, in the trajectory of time on this plane, because time is relative, it's only subjected, we're only subject to it here in this earth plane. But in higher consciousness, there is no time. But right now, as things are unfolding amongst us, through us, in us, the 1111 has made its pronouncement in our life. Major change, major shift, major, you know, forsaking of the old paradigms, forsaking of the old self. And that's huge, right? To give up one's self, all that you've known, is major transformation. So that's another video, and I'll be talking about that because we're going through those things. Those of us that are going through that major transformation, there's a lot involved, and this is just one part of that, transforming into destiny and into divine purpose, right? So we become these new creatures. We have become new creatures, new beings, born again, enlightened, awakened to our true self, to our power. Maybe not in fullness, but in increasing measure. Certainly, we are being awakened to our power. And we're also being awakened to our purpose. Some of us may not have, some of us may not have been as aware as others, or not even to compare to others, but some may not yet be aware at this particular time and are on their way still. And you're sensing some things, you're feeling some things, you know something is major shifting, happening, and you may be asking why. And that's exactly what you should be inquiring about. Why are these phenomena taking place? Not why is this happening to me, but you want to be asking higher guidance. Why are these, why in the sense of like, well, what is the cause and purpose? What is the purpose of the phenomena? What is it built and created to teach me? So when you say, I say, well, for 3 days in a row, I may have had a particular phenomena happen. Maybe somebody crossed you on the road in a particular way, and it was 444, and you've been thinking about particular things, and every time you think about some particular need, want, desire, issue, perspective, you all of a sudden see 444, and you see it 3 days in a row. Well, that's a phenomenon. That's a happening, right? And so you would want to say, why? Why did that happen? Not just why did I suffer losses. You should know by now why, because all had to be forsaken. But you want to know, what is the purpose? What is the ultimate end and raison d'etre for my being here? What am I to accomplish amongst the brethren? What am I to demonstrate amongst the beloved? Who do I heal? Who am I teaching? What am I teaching? What is my focus? What has been my passion? What has been my drive? What has been my thorn? And why? And what do I do with that? That's the kind of why that you want to be asking yourself, chosen one. I get in some of the comments from a few people like, what is this chosen one stuff all about? What are you talking about? And I, very gingerly would like to say, if you don't know, then you probably aren't quite, there yet. And a lot of my content is for those, and has been for those that are there. Only because I know what we're going through. And my conversation is to confirm, to reinforce, to encourage those of us that are going through the process of transformation and change and elevation and ascension, and getting ready to come into a place of leadership, a place of assignment, real assignment in doing our work from a different perspective with a different energy. Like, you have been unleashed as a chosen one through this gateway. You've been awakened, and I can't even tell you what your course is, because I don't even know exactly what my next step is. It's a precarious time, but I do know that it's divinely ordered, and that's what is most important. If you can know, realize, understand, and accept that your steps and your next moves are divinely ordered, whether you know them or not, you can trust that all things are well. And you have to just tap into your intuitive guidance, and don't make a move without asking, what do I do next, guides? What do I do next, Father, Mother, God? What do I do next, Jesus? What do I do next, Buddha? Whomever. What do I do next, Althea, the one who is greater than I am, the one that is greater within than he that is without, she, he, right? Tap in, follow your guidance, and execute your assignment as a chosen one. A lot of us are being called to do some difficult, let me say challenging, have challenging conversations, have some difficult conversations with people that we care and love, new friends, old friends, whatever the case may be. As a chosen one, we are called to bear a light, right? And so if you're bearing light, what's the issue? Well, the issue is you're bearing light on someone's darkness, someone's shadows. Not that they're a bad person, but we're talking about we're light and they're in a shadow, a state of dealing with their shadow self, dealing with dense energies, dealing with energies that don't serve them well, oppressive energies, maybe even abusive energies, energies of self-doubt. So as a chosen one is called to the elect, called to the chosen, called to the tribe, you know what that's about. Like, you feel your people, your sisters and brothers. They're in your mind's eye for some reason or another. You know people that you don't really know on the third dimension, but you're connected. Your tribe, your soul tribe. People that you may have come up and kind of come across paths, but not really made any connection. And here it is 30 years later, 40 years later, in some instances, in my case, people that I have maybe had one conversation with, even family members. When you're 10 years old, you're not close with every family member, but 30, 40 years later, in this 2021, when the gateway is set to open up, all things become new, and it's revealed, and you become awakened to your soul tribe, your soul family, those that are here for you to accomplish this part of your journey, right? So, they weren't there before because they weren't in place at the old man's beck and call, but now the new creatures that we are, our light has broken forth, and the tribe has been alerted. And that's where you see people coming out of the woodwork, like, where have you been? I haven't seen you, talk to you in 30 years. Well, you turned on a light bearer. You turned on a light bearer. The light was broke forth in you during that transition. And all, coming up into the point of tower and destruction what the naked eye could see. People saw your glow up, and they're seeing it in spite of whatever you're going through, because we've been called to this very type of phenomena. The chosen one phenomena is as such. Our lives can look very traumatic, can look like it's going up in smoke, because it is. It does. The old life goes up in smoke in one way, form, or fashion, even if it's not something that you can perceive with your eye. Mentally, people are going topsy-turvy. And so the shift is real for us. And so when I speak to us having a first-hand experience of what it's cost us and what it's costing us to be able to come out victorious, as we are scheduled to do so. We're scheduled, we're equipped to overcome, to be more than victorious, more than conquerors in this process. For a lot of us, the chosen ones, we are caught up in a karmic, or we were caught up in karmic work, ancestral healing work, and that's very deep and very emotional, and it has a great deal of impact, not just on you, but on generations. And you're called to that work. You're chosen for that. So that's why I speak to us. If you're confused about what it means to be chosen, but you feel like you're looking for an explanation as to why is it that I'm faced with so much adversity throughout my life, why have I been faced with obscurity energy, like, ostracized or excluded. You're an outlier. You're not on the in crowd, you're on the outskirts. And you are wondering, why have I been dealt this fate? It's possible that you're a star seed. It's possible that you're a light bearer. It's possible that you're a chosen one. You call it what you want, or don't call it anything. Spirit could just be calling you. That's all you want to say. However, we are called to some tasks that are unpleasant, to be the bearer of some tough talk. It's not easy, but you must do it. And I'm going to wrap this one up on this note. You must do it. You must do the difficult things. Get out of your comfort zone. Stop being suppressed. Clear your throat chakra. Keep your third eye open. And your crown chakra clear. And speak right out of your heart. And let someone hear the gift that is in you. Let someone possess the key that has been deposited in you for the freedom and liberation of another. You have to open your voice, open your mouth, tell your truth, speak and stand in your power, chosen one. Because people are counting on you. Trust me when I tell you. I'm going to wrap it up on that note and pick up with maybe a for instance, people are counting on you, chosen one. So I hope that this has come across with some level of appeal, right? And I hope it does your soul well. But there is more to come, and I will ponder and I'll get back to you. Again, what I say, like, please, share, please, subscribe, comment. Thank you. Namaste.